what this live stream is about is your COVID-19 experience and how to deal with the ugly side of yourself, or what we call the ugly side of ourselves, when it comes out to play. So, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Suki and I'm a certified coach based in New Zealand. I specialize in helping people to become the person that they want to be, find their purpose, gain self-confidence, self-love, and self-awareness. And I used to be an agile coach, helping people to better perform in teams and in their leadership position. And I used to be a counselor as well, helping people to understand their emotions. And today, what we're going to talk about is your COVID-19 experience. And so if you had to use 3 words to explain your COVID-19 experience, what would those 3 words be? Type them in the chat so that we can see what are people's feelings. We have only one audience at the moment, but that is okay. So my 3 words to explain how I have felt over these last 2 weeks or the whole month is, one is chaotic, a second one is exciting, and the third word that I want to describe my experience is growing. And I really want to say that whatever you feel with your experience that you have today, it's okay and it's valid, because this is the time that we feel a lot of things coming up, as it can be a very difficult time for us. And that can bring out a lot of sides of us that we have not seen before, that is very vivid in front of us. So today I will talk about those emotions in more details. And then secondly, what are our natural instincts to deal with those emotions that might not be so useful for us. And then thirdly, how can we reframe our thinking and choose consciously how do we want to deal with those emotions, and then have plenty of time for questions and answers for it as well. So we can see Edwin here. That's awesome. Feeling free time, relaxing, and opportunities. That's great. It sounds like that you're having a really good mindset with what you're going through. That's awesome. So what I've been feeling lately for the last 3 weeks, it's quite a bit of anxiety. And this is a really normal feeling, especially at this time, because a lot of things might go outside of our plans, outside of our control. We have risks in terms of our health and our family members and how they're doing as well. So I've been feeling a lot of anxiety, especially around my business and also how my coachees are doing. Another feeling that I've been feeling is out of control or uncertainty. Like when things are coming out of control, I feel very like unstable, wanting to do stuff in order to get control of the situation. And then the third feeling that has been really coming up for me is a lot of grief, because in this isolated bubble that I have at the moment with my family, with my mother and I feel I miss the presence of my grandmother, who passed this time last year. So without her love, her presence being here, I felt a lot of grief, which I was quite a bit shocked about. So whatever that you are feeling at the moment, I just want to say that's okay, that you are in safe space, and it's great that we are able to have non-judgment with whatever that we're feeling. So the natural instinct when we feel such hard emotions coming up, normally is that we try to push it away, we try to run away from it and not deal with it, or we deal with it by fighting with it. The fighting reaction looks like what I do with things outside my control is bring them inside my control, try to do everything, and then like bring them back in, and so that I feel no pain, so that I feel like that I'm in control of myself. Or the running away with it type of reaction looks like we might be distracting ourselves from those hard emotions, like binge watching on things that are just meaningless to our life, or going for that cookie jar, have another cookie, just so that we can feel temporarily relief from these emotions. And I would want to say that when we go into that fight or flight response, it's only a temporary relief for the pain that we are feeling. So it's actually better if we're able to choose a different response to it. And to be able to do that, that really requires us to look inside ourselves, to bring honesty, to bring bravery, to bring courage and vulnerabilities right in front of us so that we can look at that pain and go through that pain to come out on the other side of it. Like as a coach, I know this is hard. I know what I'm asking you is a difficult thing to do, but that's the only way through it, is to go through that pain. And by me talking about it, you might feel quite a bit of discomfort throughout this chat as well. And that's okay. So the way to deal with those emotions, like I said, is to go through it. And the first thing that we need to do is actually to be able to reframe our thinking. So I really like what Edwin said there about his experience of relaxing and opportunities, is because he's able to view, channeling him at the moment, he's able to view this as an opportunity for him to do something about it. So the way to view pain is not just to look at pain itself, but is to look at pain as an opportunity for us to overcome, to grow out of it. That this is a period that we can redefine ourselves and to grow out of the old patterns that might not be working for us anymore. And to be able to do that, we first of all need to calm our amygdala down. And because our amygdala is actually getting triggered when there is a threat or when there is a pain that is in our system. And when our amygdala is getting triggered, like I said, the natural response is to fight or flight with it. So when it is triggered, it's really important that we are breathing, having some deep breathing, and being able to say to ourselves, hey, it's okay that we feel like this, that we acknowledge that we are suffering, that we acknowledge that by fighting or flying away from this pain at the moment is not the best response that we should be having. And once we're able to calm that amygdala down, yes, I can see Edwin saying that he's been distracting himself by setting small personal goals. That's great. That's a good distraction, actually, rather than distracting yourself with something that's a bit more harmful. So once we're able to calm that amygdala down, the next thing we need to do is to deliberately bring that emotion in front of us in a very objective, non-judgmental way, which is a really difficult thing to do. So an analogy that I want to use is that looking at my anxiety, I literally view my little Suki there, the anxious Suki that is sitting there, and looking at that feeling and saying to that feeling, hey, I notice you, and I know that you are feeling anxious right now, and it's okay that you're feeling anxious right now. And I can see that this is bringing up a lot of memories from before, maybe in childhood or in earlier experiences, and it is really difficult time that you're having. But I want you, Suki, this anxious child, to feel safe, and you're not judged, and you're okay being who you are. And once we're able to really look at the emotion that way and treat it with objectivity, then we're able to see different parts of ourselves or have a different perspective of how we're going through the experience. So instead of us feeling like, okay, I'm this person that is really, really anxious right now and I can't breathe, to, hey, there's a part of me out there that is feeling anxious. And it's okay. There's reasons why this person is feeling anxious right now. And all I can do with it is to sit with that person, observe with that person, and breathe with that person, give space to that anxiety. So this is helping us to gain a bit of distance. And once that distance is there, then we can move to the third step, which is to choose consciously what you want to do with yourself. Whether you want to make a plan with what what is more aligned to who you want to be as a person, or in this case of anxiety, what I chose to do consciously is actually calming that down and doing something that is regenerative for me, doing something that is actually going to help me to feel like I'm with the person that I want to be. So that might be painting, going for a walk, going bike riding or something. So this is the third step, is to choose consciously what you want to do. And when we're able to be really aware of what's happening and be able to acknowledge it and then choose what to do with it consciously, then we are able to have a life that is really meaningful for us, because we're able to handle the challenges that are in our life constantly. So what I've talked about so far in a very fast way is understanding those emotions are okay, and knowing that what our natural responses to those emotions are, and then deliberately calming that amygdala down and viewing that emotions objectively, and then choosing consciously what we want to do. This live stream. And one last thing that I will add to this live stream is that if you want coaching support, or you're interested to learn more about how to live a more purposeful life, do get in touch with me. I can have a 15 to 30 minutes conversation with you about how coaching can work. Email me at hello@su.org. And I also have a purpose program that's coming up in May. That is a 10-week personal and professional development program, and will cover a lot of topics about how to find your purpose, how to transition into that type of living, gain your self-confidence and self-awareness, and lots of self-compassion. Oh, and end the stream here. Thank you so much for joining, and I am so grateful that you have joined me for today and have put up with this technological problem for the first 15 minutes. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll end now. See you.